Paul, I've got rain here, rain all over me, but I'm just wondering, when you look at what Powell says, do you think he has one or two more rate hikes in him?
Oh, I think he probably will do another rate hike. I'm not a criminology Fed expert here, but it sounds to me like Powell is basically trying to not make news, not to say anything that will startle people. Not doing one more rate hike would actually be a big, upside shock for people, and he's afraid of that. Announcing today that anything less than staunch support for a 2% target would have made big news, but doesn't necessarily mean that he really means it. So I think, what he said was pretty much what you would say if you didn't want to shake anybody's expectations very much. All
right, now, you do have the issue, how one then navigates the fact that, have you done enough? I mean, this issue of whether to go for 2% with all the implications that implies in terms of having to do higher for longer and more, so that you do see further weakness in the employment scenario, which I know you believe is not necessary.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessary. We will wait for more data, although one of the things we've been learning is that the data aren't quite as dispositive as we would like on a lot of these things. But no, my guess is that I've actually written this recently, probably didn't help in terms of the deliberations, but that I think the Fed's policy going forward is going to be one of strategic hypocrisy, saying 2%, definitely we're heading for 2%, but in fact, tolerating inflation as long as it's got a 2 handle, even if it's like 2.9.
We're seeing long-term rates obviously go high, bond yields are going high, mortgages are going high. Those in themselves will also slow down the economy. And we're seeing banking tightening, conditions tightening. Are we entering, in your view, as we head into autumn and winter, are we entering a very risky time when, if they don't get it right, it could all tip over?
Well, it's certainly, those rates are up, but if you actually look at it, it looks like a bet that, in fact, it's funny that Powell talked about the star, navigating by the stars. Our star, the interest rate consistent with basically a stable economy. People have been revising up their estimates of what our star is, even though we really, those estimates are very, very uncertain. And I think this looks more like people are betting that the economy is pretty resilient. And if it starts to show signs that it isn't, expect those rates to come down.
Let's end on a political or quasi-political economic note. When the rest of the world sees Donald Trump on his 4th indictment, and then they see the sort of fuss and furore over the budget, do these incidents, the political gridlock, the fact of potentially a convicted felon, potentially, allegedly a convicted felon running and being president, does this hurt the US in the economic sense and its perception?
Well, so far, amazingly not. I have to say, it is amazing to me the extent to which markets treat us as a safe haven, when in fact we are, if you saw, it's a line we all use, what if you saw it in another country? If you saw the political shenanigans going on here in almost any other country, people would say, I'm not sure I want to tie up my money there, but people still invest in America as if it's America, and what can really go wrong? I'm hoping that the markets are right about that, but God knows.
Paul, it is lovely to see you. I look forward to when we can meet face to face. Thank you, sir. Paul Krugman on the economic situation.